Hey, thanks for tuning in to the Artistic Abstract. I'm your host. Let's jump right into it. It's like 37 days until we go back to Japan, and I've been working on packing, and I'll show you some of that. So, without further ado, this is my main suitcase that I always take on the pre trip. As you can see, it's heavily decorated with Hello Kitty. It stands out amongst the other bags, so to speak. I always carry it on because it fits in the overheads and I don't have to worry about checking stuff in. So I get a free bag and a free suitcase. Well, actually, a backpack. So this is my backpack. There's some really cool keychains on it. And then inside of it, I have another backpack. This is my go-to backpack from when I'm just going out on the town. But one of the cool things that I have is this guy. I got him in Shinjuku, and he's just an amazing thing to throw stuff in. Receipts, coins, whatever you will. It's well built. Got a nice little handy dandy clip on, or you can put it on your belt. I just love my little fish. So those are some things that are really cool when it comes to packing and getting ready for the trip. So I also threw in a picture of all this stuff. One of the important things when you're packing for a trip like this to Japan is you want to take a picture of all of your stuff that you're taking, so that not only do you have a record or a visual record for yourself, but God forbid it gets lost, stolen, or damaged, you can then file a claim and show them exactly what it's worth, how much stuff has you got in it, and what you will. So in other news, I have been still losing weight. I'm down to 262 now. I don't have the picture of the scale, but we're still making slow progress. It's been an uphill battle for sure. With that being said, I do have another cooking segment for you. Actually, kind of two segments. I made like a Tuscan pasta and I did my 2 eggs over easy. I'm glad that everybody's been enjoying the cooking segment and finding that fun and entertaining. So along with the cooking, I guess I'll show you a piece of art. This is a piece of art that I have done, ta-da! Or at least a print, because the real piece is way much bigger than this. But I like doing prints because I think that everybody should be able to afford art, and I don't want to, keep people from enjoying art. So if they like my art, they can buy it. If they don't, they don't. It is what it is. I make art for me because I can live in art, not really the reality. I just love art. For me, it's an escape. For me, it's also the ability to create a reality or the future, kind of projection of the future. So I've been working on that. I got some projects coming up. I finally laid the groundwork for the two commission pieces that I'm going to do, which I do not want to do. One of them I really don't want to do. The other one, it's whatever. So actually, it's not whatever. I'm really excited about one in some aspects. The other one, I could not care less for. And that goes back to with the person that commissioned it. First of all, they wanted to tell me that they couldn't pay me as much, which I understand, and then they didn't want to pay me at all. And it's like, this is a lot of my time and a lot of effort, and it's really hard to make something that doesn't have the quote unquote magic. So I'm really struggling with getting into it, or at least that piece of art. But in other news, work's going well. Haven't been out into the field, so that's been nice. Been doing the office work, and so yeah, there's that. Also, I'm going to show you some of the cooking, at least a segment of it, or some pictures of the finished product for you guys to check out, and then you guys can check out the full episode. I'm really enjoying trying to make these videos and do more with more ideas, episodes, branching off, doing that. Like I've got the cooking, the traveling, and then just my countdown one. So I'm going to do a more in-depth packing one. I know that wasn't really great. Some of the other aspects that, when it comes to packing, that you can feature I'm going to feature is my technology, because I'm taking my camera and like it already weighs a lot, and then when you add a lens to it, oh my gosh, it weighs a ton. Also, like my phones, I got it so that I can clip on lanyards and have them hang like a strap instead of just having them free flow. Because one of the things that you're in Japan and walking around, whether you have a bottle of water or you're just trying to take a picture, or get your phone out or something, trying to find directions, it's just that you never have enough hands. So trying to find the most economical way of, or ergonomical way of trying to be able to coordinate your technology or your phone and everything is critical. With that being said, we'll jump into a tech segment that we're going to do for the technology we take, how we're going to pack all of that up. Like I said, with that little suitcase, now here's one of the big gimmicks, is that I take a small suitcase and a backpack inside of a backpack, but when I come back, I usually, and this is no secret, a lot of people actually do it. We all go to Don Quixote, which is a really cool store where you can get all of your Kit Kats and your Pocky Sticks and your just novelty of like whatever novelty. I mean, there's so much novelty, I don't even know how to describe the novelty. But you can get a suitcase up on the top floor where you get your stuff packaged, and a lot of it gets sealed up in these special bags so that it can go through customs really fast and easily. And then I just buy a suitcase and pile it all in there so that when I get back to the airport, now here's the important gimmick. You get one check-in, you get one carry-on, and you get one backpack. So you check in your first one. You carry your carry-on and your backpack through. Then you pull out a duffel bag and you go to the convenience stores and the gift shops inside the airport, because some of the stuff is only limited edition through the airport. And then you fill that thing up. Then when you get to your gate, you're like, oh hey, you're right, the plane is booked full. I can definitely check these 2 bags in under the plane. So at the end of this segment, you're really only carrying on a backpack and you've checked in 3 bags. And you still got like your carry-on and your backpack, so to speak. Because you can take your little one out and check actually the other big backpack in as well. So that's just another one of those gimmicks that you learn early on. And luckily I won't be flying into my hometown directly, because that plane is so tiny and so wow. It's almost like the Flintstones Pterodactyl Airlines. How they get them up in the air and back, and what you will, is beyond me. So that's one of the things that's going to be nice, is that we're going to be flying out of Denver, and we're going to be flying on a nice Airbus and then another Airbus over. So we'll have plenty of space. Now, another really cool tip is when you're traveling overseas like this, you want to buy the pre-boarding ticket, regardless of what class you're sitting in. And since we're going to be sitting in economy class, it's absolutely crucial to buy the pre-boarding pass. That means that you can board with the first group or whenever. Okay, I'm not even going to lie, like paying the extra money to board before everybody else is, oh my god, totally worth it. Like, I got my seat, I got my overhead bin, it's just great. And I'm on an aisle seat because I did the pre-check. If you don't think it's worth it, like going through the rigmarole of pre-checking and getting your stuff all together before you do it, then you're just, I don't know what you're doing. Because when you can do that, you can actually get settled in. And it's really nice to get settled in, to have your seat, your stuff in the overhead bins, underneath of your seat, and what you will, because the truth of it is when you're the last one on, it is a nightmare trying to find a space to put stuff in. And the other big thing that I have learned is like Apple Tags or some form of tagging electronically goes an incredibly long way. Because on my last flight, I watched someone grab somebody else's stuff and it got, like, I guess, stolen, or we'll just say it was stolen, or accidentally stolen, And if you're at a connecting flight, it's not fun trying to track down your stuff, if you can track down your stuff in time to catch that flight. So it is nice to have your stuff nearby you and at least a tag on it of some sort. So those are some tips that I have learned. Another really cool one is that you want to bring an extra pair of shoes. Rains a lot in Japan. Every time I have been there, it has had a rainstorm, if not a major rainstorm. First one was a tsunami. The second time it was the rainy season, and the third time it was a spring rain where it was raining quite a bit in Tokyo area. Now the gimmick with two shoes is that you want to be able to leave one at the hotel so that it can dry while your other shoes are being used. You want to make sure that they're comfortable, that they fit your foot, and that you can walk in them for miles. I made the stupid thing of wearing cowboy boots over the first time and almost brand new shoes, and I had some serious blisters. Like my whole foot was a blister, and that was not fun. It was painful. It was terrible. I walked like 20 miles in 7 days, shopping and walking and shopping some more. So those are some really cool tips. So I'll show you some of that. I'll show you some interesting pictures throughout this segment or throughout this film of the technology and the camera, what I'm talking about, and why it is important to take consideration on what you're taking. And because one of the big things too is less is more, and when you're carrying it and it's heavy, it is terrible. Because like when you use the Shinkansen from Tokyo down to Kyoto and Osaka or Hiroshima and Nagasaki, you actually can't take big luggage. It's been banned. And so you either have to have it shipped ahead of time or you have to figure out different accommodations for your luggage. So again, less is more and smaller is better. So that's some good tips for now, and I will leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in, and check out the cooking editions, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.